Okay, this is Reverend Sue Frederick, and we are doing our spiritual nourishment for caregivers class. And I'm so excited about this. And right now, we're just going to close our eyes and take a deep breath and pray in. And exhale. And again, a second deep breath. And exhale. And a third. And exhale. And tonight, we open our hearts and lift our spirits into the highest realms for healing, for connection, and to know that everything that's said tonight is spoken for highest good for all of us. And that's something that you hear may help you tonight, and something you say will help someone else, because every group is on purpose. And so as we share our personal stories, our gifts and our struggles, and look at our situations from that higher light of divine inspiration, we will all find exactly what we've come to this class to learn and to gain. And so with that confidence, we are grateful, and so it is. Amen. Amen. So I thought a good way to start is for everyone to give me their 2-minute story of who they're caring for, what you want to get from this class in particular, what you need, what you want us to help you with. And the third point would be the greatest challenge that you personally are facing with your situation as a caregiver, because that is different for different people in different situations. But this way we'll all connect on those topics, and also I'll know exactly how to navigate all the content that we do and share in this course. So let me pause the recording now. Okay, so now we've heard everyone's amazing story in this group, and there's so many links and commonalities that every group is on purpose is very clear in this group. And the first thing I want to do is, if you can even just get a piece of paper in front of you and a pen, and if not, don't stress about it. But I'm going to guide you on a meditation to have a talk with your spirit guide, or you can call it your angel, whatever words make you comfortable, God, whatever words you want to put to it. And we are going to ask for advice. And the 2 questions that we're going to cover, and I'm going to write them down. Why did my soul put me in this position? What am I trying to learn? And the second one is, if there is action that I need to take to change this situation, please show me, tell me if now is the time to do it, or reveal the timeline in some way to me. And the way this will happen is I'm guiding you up there. I'm going to guide you to see them. And then I will guide you to ask the question, quietly. It's best if you mute yourself, and you can ask it, to your guide. And then I'm going to ask you to listen to what they're saying and just write it down if you can, if you have a pen and paper. And if you don't worry about it. You'll remember what is said to you. But it is often very helpful to, when you hear something and it's coming from elsewhere other than your mind, to write it down so that later you can go back and look and go, oh yeah, I remember. So those 2 questions: why did my soul put me here? What am I trying to learn? I'm just trying to write these down too. And then, if action is needed now, show me the timeline. Okay. And I just want to tell you, to give you confidence, that every day in my work, I get clients who want to go to the divine realms, whether, they're grieving and they want to see their departed loved one, or whether they just want to have a conversation with guides, angels, God. And they all get it. They all get exactly what they need, because we have set the intention that we are dialing in. We are shifting our focus up on the divine, and we are asking for exactly what we need in this moment with clarity, grace, and wisdom, and no resistance to whatever we hear and what we're given, and trusting this process 100%, knowing that the cynical mind will come in during this exercise and it'll go, you're just making this up. But we are trusting it, because when we set a sacred intention like this, then our imagination is now acting from the soul. So whatever images you may see, whatever voices you may hear, whatever knowingness you may receive is coming from divine wisdom. You're not making it up, but you can just laugh, not fight with yourself and go, okay, yeah, I'm making this up, and then just listen and write it down anyway. And what you find after the process is that, wow, that didn't come from me. That really came from elsewhere. And then the other benefit of this exercise is that you guys go home with this, and you go home with this recording, and you can do it every night before you go to sleep. You can do it when you have a moment, if you get to go for a walk and go on this journey and ask these questions and listen to the guidance that you're given. So on that note, everybody, please mute. I think everybody's muted. And let's take a deep breath. And we're exhaling all tension or anxiety or cynicism. And one more deep breath. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. And now I want you to picture a purple globe of sacred light above your crown chakra, above your head. This is sacred purple light, and it is spinning in a globe. And now it's moving down through the top of your head, through your crown chakra, spinning through your brain, relaxing all of your thoughts, releasing all the tension of the day, forgetting and releasing all burdens that you carry, especially burdens of caregiving for others, all just spinning away and being replaced by this sacred purple light. And now you're noticing your forehead's relaxing, your eyebrows, your eyes are just totally relaxed now. And moving that purple light down through the face, all the facial muscles relax, the mouth, you might open and close the mouth to relax it, and the jaw loosens. This purple sacred light. And now going down through the neck, relaxing the neck that holds our heads up and has the weight of our thoughts all day long to hold together. So we relax that neck. Shoulders drop. The throat opens, because there are words that we feel we can't speak when we're in the caregiving role. But now we open the throat chakra, knowing that all words are coming from divine wisdom for highest good. And now the purple light moves down through the arms and hands. You can shake them out. Again, releasing the heavy weight that you carry all day as you care for yourself and others in this heavy, dense physical realm that we call human life. Releasing it all and replacing it with sacred purple light. And now we notice the chest opening and expanding with purple light, relieving any tension that holds us tight, that keeps us from experiencing unconditional love. We open that chest and let ourselves be the pure channel of divine unconditional love that we came here to be, all flowing through us in purple sacred light. And now the rib cage relaxes and is replaced. All the tight bones and muscles that are there used to protect our sacred heart, lungs, internal organs is all relaxed and open. Breathing easy now with purple sacred light, marinating it. And then down to the abdomen, expanding the stomach so that you don't have to hold it in tightly in order to feel that you are worthy. We relax the abdomen and fill it with purple sacred light. And now down to the hips, expanding and releasing the hip area that we hold so tight in order to navigate here, letting it fill with purple light of sacred relaxation and peace. And now the upper thighs, relaxing those large muscles that carry us through our daily obligations, letting them just go limp and heavy and turn to the sacred light, filling every cell, every tissue, every muscle, every bone. And now the purple light moves into the knees, flexing and releasing where we hold the tension of trying to be flexible. We release all tension in those knees, replacing it with calming purple light. And now down to the calves that carry us through this lifetime, move us to where we need to go, relaxing and releasing all tension from those muscles and from the feet that carry us with such strength and determination, all being filled with purple sacred light. And now all your human worries and tension and tightness is released through the bottoms of your feet. And one more thing now. Now we have a golden globe of sparkly, shiny, starry light energy above our crown chakra. This golden light is coming down through the top of your head, lighting up the entire room that you are in, lighting up the space around you with the sacred gold of our true essence as God consciousness beings, divine beings, not human. We are divine beings of light. And this golden light spins through us now, filling us with stars and the highest, most exquisite color of light, so far above the heaviness of the physical. As this golden light moves down through the body, it replaces your human self. It replaces everything that you think and believe you have to carry in this lifetime, all being replaced by the stars of golden God consciousness. What a relief. Breathe into that. That golden light now replacing all the need to be strong in the body, moving down through the arms and hands, letting them be like jelly, because you're a being of light. You have no need of muscle, of bone, of strength. And this golden light moves down through the chest now, opening and expanding. You are a being of unconditional love. And the golden light moves down now, digesting in the abdomen everything you've struggled to absorb, learn, and digest in this human life. Now this golden light just completely gobbles it up and turns it into the wisdom of your soul. And this golden light moves down through the hips now, replacing the obligations of earth, moving down through the legs and the knees and the calves. You are pure golden light, and the last release is through the feet, releasing all humanness through the bottoms of your feet. And now, as the pure golden light being that is your true nature, you see a golden staircase in front of you leading up 10 stairs to heaven. And you put your hand on that railing and you walk with me up these 10 steps, and each one you feel lighter and freer, walking up 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. We're releasing and flying free of the body. And 6 and 7 and 8. We are returning to the realms that we came from. And 9 and 10 with pure joy as a divine being released from the bonds of the earth. We are now standing in the tunnel of light that we travel through between every lifetime. And already you might see a departed loved one coming to meet you in the tunnel, or an ancestor or a spirit guide, all walking up, nodding, smiling, hugging you, and taking your arm to escort you with pure love through this tunnel towards the light at the opening. And we move together 10 steps, 1 and 2 and 3, feeling so supported and loved by the soul next to us, and 4 and 5 and 6. So back at home, we feel at peace already, and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And we emerge from the tunnel and we are in the sacred landing and gathering place of the divine realms, where we come between every lifetime to process the life and get answers to our questions and see our departeds and our guides and our angels. You are so at home and at peace in this gathering place. You may see it as a stone circle with stone benches, and beyond it is exquisite, vivid nature and trees and plants that are so pure and colorful and alive, more so than on earth. And you can look around and see the vast horizon. There's oceans and buildings and landscapes that look so familiar and so vivid. And now you can sit in this circle next to your loved one who greeted you in the tunnel, and watch the circle fill with your ancestors, with your soul posse that you incarnate with in every life, with your spirit guide, with your departeds, and with whatever angelic beings you are already close to and familiar with. This is your circle now. Just look around into all of their faces, their essences, and greet them and feel so loved by them and for them. And now your primary spirit guide, who has guided you between every life, approved this life plan that you're currently in, comes forward to stand in front of you and lifting you up to stand facing him or her. And so you stand there looking into the guide's eyes, and you may see them as male or female or androgynous or a being of light or an archangel. However they look to you, trust it and go with it. And now ask this guide, why am I in this challenging moment of this lifetime? Why did my soul put me here for highest good, knowing it's not a punishment or a failing? What am I trying to learn in this moment of my life? What is mine to do here? Please give me the guidance I need about what lesson my soul is trying to learn here for highest good. And now listen, and listen to what your guide says. And absorb whatever the words or the knowingness is. Let it come directly into your heart and soul. And now ask another question. Ask your guide if there's an important timeline unfolding, if there is a need for you to take action, to please reveal to you what to do and when to do it. And then just listen to what your guide says and trust that it is real. And then if there's anything else on your heart to ask your guide, ask it now. And if you have a departed loved one nearby, you could ask them as well, whatever question is in your heart, and listen. And now thank your guide and just say, Guide, would you escort us to the beautiful healing pools of these divine realms so that all of us in this group can be nurtured and replenished. And your guide and your departed and your whole posse is like, yes, let's go to the healing pools. And so together, all souls, we walk through the path together through these beautiful trails of exquisite nature, more vibrant than on earth. And we are arriving in this sacred wooded area. And as we look up, there are 3 incredible waterfalls pouring down into pools, one on top of the next, on top of the next. And we are standing at the bottom pool, looking up at this incredible rock formations of waterfalls, crystal clear water like you never see on earth, so sparkling and healing, filled with light. And so now you can take your loved one's hands or your guide's arm and jump into these pools, knowing that they are meant to replenish and refresh your soul and relieve you of the tensions of earth and of your job as a caregiver. And so now frolic in these pools. You can play, you can splash water and laugh with your loved ones, with your guide, or you can just turn and float. You might swim, hear the water falling. Some people like to turn on their back and float and look up at the beautiful sky. Some people like to swim up the waterfall to the next pool and then swim through that pool, letting the water cleanse you every step of the way. Be in it and cleanse your soul. These sacred pools are made of liquid love, pure pleasure for your healing, washing away all exhaustion, all anxiety, all worry mind thoughts, just washing away in this water. And feeling the gratitude of knowing that this place, this sacred place, is available to you 24/7 when you quiet your mind and come here in your meditation. And now we climb out of the pools knowing that we're already refreshed, already feeling better, nourished, and that we've received the answers to our questions tonight. And so we're laughing and filled with joy and love, we all walk back together along these trails, just laughing and holding on to each other, and so grateful for this moment of sacred healing. And we come back to the opening of the tunnel and we say goodbye at the gathering place again, knowing that we always have access to this and that we will come back. We will come back again and again. Thank you, guide, so much for giving us the wisdom we needed, knowing that you'll provide more as we sleep tonight, that you'll fill us in more. And thank you, all of our loved ones, our departeds, for being here with us tonight. And now turning, and we're going to walk back through the tunnel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're at the top of the golden stairs. Put your hand on the railing, and as we walk down together, you're going to be coming heavier and more into your body, but carrying with you the memory, the feeling, the healing, and the wisdom you just experienced in the divine realms. And so we step down 10 and 9 and 8, feeling like we're filling back into the body, and 7 and 6 and 5, taking a deep breath, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And now we are shaking out our arms and hands and legs and feet, knowing that we're back in the physical, but we're still holding on to the glow, the golden light, the wisdom we received, and the cleansing of these sacred pools of healing. So just take a moment, and if there's anything you want to write down to help you remember it, any wisdom you got that you want to remember, this is your moment to write it down. And now, would anyone like to share how that experience was for them or what they received? Julie, were you raising your hand there? Did you want to unmute, Julie?
The pool felt like a baptismal where you were washing away.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like washing away the fear of what comes next, and to release and go forward without fear.
That's good.
I kind of feel my brother's presence with me. I couldn't really see anyone. Everything was like a outline.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you get answers to your questions that you asked your guide?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Help anyway. The answer that they found.
That's really good. That's really good. And what about you, Tina?
I just saw colors, so that kind of speaks to me. So there were some orange colors in the beginning with the guides that changed to green, which is my symbol of love. So I was kind of thinking of development and just moving towards love. So
Did you feel you got answers to what you were asking?
no, I drifted quite a bit, but that doesn't mean I didn't get answers. It just means I didn't write them down.
That's okay. Christy, do you want to share?
I just felt very peaceful. I did meet up with a couple loved ones who've transitioned. And they just reminded me to, maintain loving kindness, and that there's no timeline for me, just that more will be revealed along the way.
That's a good answer. Whenever I hear a client tell me that their guide said more will be revealed at the right time, that really validates for me that it's from the guides, because there are things that we're not supposed to know here on earth, because if we did, we wouldn't learn from the experience what we're trying to learn. So sometimes the answer we get is all will be revealed in the right time. And that is always the right answer, because we know what we need to do when the moment arrives. Like even Mary Ellen had her moment of knowing this, when suddenly she knew that she had to get her husband into assisted living. So trust that even if you can't foresee it and foretell exactly when that change has to be made, that you are living with such an open heart and an open soul and connecting so much to your guides and your loved ones on the other side for answers, that the day, the hour, the moment that you need to take action will be completely made clear to you in every cell of your body. And until then, don't worry, don't fret. Be in the now of what's in front of you today to do. And I'm just saying that to all of us, that we get so caught up in what's coming and how we're going to navigate it. But the guides and God are handling that. Like, we literally just have to say, handing all that to God, because today, what is mine to do are these several tasks, and I'll make a list in the morning and do them. That's all I have to worry about. One day at a time, one task at a time. And the other thing, if you guys need to say something, please jump in, because sometimes I can't see you if you're raising your hand or something. So just unmute and add whatever you want to share. But the other thing that's so important for all of you in the situations that you're in is being aware of the difference in how you feel from the monkey mind filled with the worry and the anxiety and the exhaustion that's always ahead of yourself, like, oh my God, what am I going to do if this happens tomorrow? And just the difference between that and the feeling of peace and open-heartedness that we get when we lift into those divine realms and we see our guide and we lift above the human life and even go swim in those pools. We're like children again. We are returned to our pure spirit nature of joy, of love, of gratitude, knowing that whatever needs to be done will be made clear at the moment it needs to be done. Thy will be done, not my will. And that is such a helpful thing to say, especially when we're in a challenge. Thy will, not my will. And the other thing is, I wanted to give you an affirmation and denial for this week to work with. So, I affirm that I am a powerful, all-knowing, all-wise divine being who came to my life knowing that I would rise above every challenge and shine my light and be a guide of love and wisdom for others. And this is another moment in this life where I am rising up to be the star of this moment that I set into my life plan. I am the star of this life, and I am shining my way through this moment. And so it is. And I deny the power of any negative thought to come into my brain and make me worry, exhaust me, or pull me off path. I deny the power of any negative feeling to make me doubt my way. And so it is. And one other thing I wanted to share is that all of you have a beautiful moment now of knowing this is one of the pivotal moments of your lifetime in this life. And when you rise out of the body at the end of your life and you do your soul review, held by the angels and lovingly looking at your whole life and evaluating it from the highest wisdom perspective, you're going to see that you did everything in your power to do this right, and you were guided every step of the way by love and wisdom, and that the only thing you ever really needed to do in this moment was turn off the worry mind and be in the moment of it, and that you're totally capable of that because you're a powerful divine being.
Sue, could I share?
Yes.
I thought it was rather interesting when I went through the process, which I really, really have to work to stay in that moment because I tend to want to speed ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But that when I asked the question about what it was mine to learn,
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't get an answer of that. What I was told is it wasn't a lesson, but what I needed to do was to demonstrate all of who I am.
Ooh.
So that it's not about a lesson, but to just demonstrate the total me. And
that also means, Joan, to allow your demonstration to shine and help others. That's what you've always done, Joan. And this is yet another moment of that.
Can I also piggyback on that with
Yes.
her saying that it's interesting. This is Phyllis. This is interesting. Joan said that because what came to me was what am I to learn? And it just came to me. It was like Spirit telling me, you are strong. You need to believe in your abilities. Stop playing small. Stop being afraid. Those things came. And then when I asked about, the timeline, one of the things I do know, and it came to me, is Spirit telling me that I need to encourage him and show love. And after hearing everybody's situation and their challenges, I'm like, oh my God, I mean, I don't know how you women have been doing it. I'm so impressed with how you've been strong caregivers. When you had us to do that exercise to go through the tunnel, it's interesting. When I got on the side up, I did see a few loved ones that had passed on, but I was like in a forest with a big, huge lake. It was just beautiful. And then a couple of my side of the family, like my parents, I saw them and my grandparents, and then I saw his side. And then all of a sudden, my parents kind of faded away, and then his family kind of came through, and they were there kind of cheering. For some reason, my husband and I were both in this lake splashing and just going and doing all stuff. And
That's so great.
And what was interesting is that his mom, his aunts, and all of them, I was always close to all of my in-laws, and they have passed on in the last few years. And so they don't even know. Well, they know. I know they know. But he was not ill during their time being here on earth. But it was interesting because they were there, kind of like they've always cheered me on things. So I just really think that what Joan was saying about what she felt, that's the way I felt. I feel like I need to stop playing small, playing like I can't do this. And why did I get this? And I'm questioning all these things, and I'm listening to everybody's story, and I'm like, oh my God, these are such strong women. I cannot believe. And I'm always questioning myself whether I can move forward with that. So it was a great exercise. And then actually, I didn't even want to come back down the stairs to come
That's
back,
so
because I was
good.
so enjoying it was beautiful forest and lake. And I don't even go to forests and lakes. So I don't know what that
Phyllis,
was
I
all about.
love this so much. This is so great. You really let your soul go on this journey, and you
I
trusted
really
it.
did.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
So did somebody else have something they wanted to say? So I'll just say that tonight.
I think Julie had her hand up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Had her hand up.
Julie, I'm
I
sorry. Go
just
ahead.
wanted to say, in so many of these groups that I've been in, especially when we used to have the women's group or unit with Therese Skelly, what you always took away was we're all in this together. It's happening, everybody's struggling with the same things. It may
Right.
be a little bit different, but everybody's struggling, trying to get through to the other side. So
we are all so connected, and consciousness is always evolving together, collective consciousness. And the fact that Unity of Phoenix wanted this class taught, and that you all are the souls who were drawn to it, is no accident. We already know each other. We are already connected soul to soul, and we remembered each other. And that's how we came into this class together. And this is a big part of this class, is being able to share and be vulnerable about our stories and our struggles and lift each other up. But remember tonight, before you go to sleep, go back to those pools and dip yourself and bring your loved one who you're caring for, if it's your husband or your parents or whoever it is, or even a patient that you're concerned about. Colleen, I know that you're a therapist, professional caregiver. If there's a certain patient that you're concerned about, bring them on this meditation with you tonight and go into the pools with them and relax and heal and, let that nourishing energy change the energy of the relationship you're having, any of us are having with the person we're caregiving for. Play in the pools with them, laugh with them, and it'll change. What you'll be amazed is when you come out of the meditation later on, without saying anything to your person you're caregiving for, you will notice the energy has lightened up. It has shifted. So use that as part of your tools for healing and moving forward. So homework, do the meditation again, go play in the pools with the person you're caring for, and then keep throughout the week sitting in your meditation for a moment and asking, what is mine to do in this moment, in this situation, and just keep opening and surrendering to whatever answer pops into your awareness. And then do write it down if you can, so that we can really share them with each other next week. The other thing is, next week, I'd really like to do numerology, meaning just help you all understand your path and the path of the person you're caring for. Now, what I ask for that is if you could try to calculate your own birth date, that would be helpful to me. But if you need help doing that, just email me your date of birth and I'll tell you your path. And then also for the person you're caring for. And if you don't know how to do numerology, I will, in my email that I'm going to send out tonight, it'll have this recording, and it'll also have a workbook that you can figure it out. And don't worry, it's not tedious numerology. I don't teach tedious numerology. I really teach it from the soul's view. And if you really want to get the easy way to do it, you can get this. This workbook came out last week and it's on Amazon for $5.99. And I laid it out so that, because I've been teaching numerology for 20 something years and studying it since 1980. And I finally compiled all the calculations into one user-friendly book, and that might be helpful to you. If not, I will do it. Send me your date of birth. And next week, we'll talk about soul agreements and why they trigger you, why that person is triggering you, and what you all are trying to learn. I can't get that, Phyllis, off the chat, so just go ahead and email it. Oh, my email is sue@brilliantwork.com. But you all got the Zoom. If you got my email tonight with the Zoom link in it, then you have my email. And I'll just put it in here again for anybody who doesn't have it, because we have to keep in touch through email during the week if you have any questions or concerns. There you go. I spelled that right. BRILLIANTWORK.com. And then one other thing. I'll send you a video of a meditation too, if you're just having trouble quieting your mind. Some of us have a more active mind than others, and I'll send you a little video I have of my favorite meditation for quieting the mind, and that'll help. One last thing. I don't know if you know my story, but in 1979, my beautiful young husband died of colon cancer, and he spent a year at home dying slowly and with great suffering. And I was his only caregiver. And it was before you could go to a hospice. It was really in the dark ages of the 70s. And so that was my beginning experience of being a caregiver. And when I think back to how I resisted that lesson and how I wanted him to heal himself and have a miracle cure, and did everything in my power to look for the cure, look for the healing thing. And he was surrendered to wherever it was going to go. His soul was okay with dying if that was what was meant to happen. And I was too stubborn and determined to accept it. And so part of our learning as a caregiver is to also be in tune with what our care person really needs and wants from their soul, and to be aware of when our will is imposing the latest cure, the latest medicine, the latest this or that to that person who may be just hanging on to keep us happy, to make us happy. And so part of your homework is going into that intuitive place and maybe having a soul-to-soul conversation with your loved one about, how do you feel about this moment? Are you feeling like your soul is ready to go, or do you want to stay? Like, what is your soul longing for? And just see what they say in a pure moment of honesty and authenticity. It might surprise you. Because, boy, we can be stubborn here on earth and decide that we have the way, we have the answer, we have the cure. But often it's a lesson of surrender to what's at hand. All right, my beloveds, I love you all, and I'll go send you the group email. And it's been an absolute honor. Can't wait to see you next week. Big hug to everybody.
Thanks, Sue.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.